is that?
Oh my God!
The Smithsonian must have missed one. Look at what this person finds in his crevice while in Mitora, Greece. A giant skull.
Someone somewhere always knows the truth. Maybe it's buried, maybe it's hidden, or maybe it's waiting for you.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Ooh, what? Hey, are you seeing this? Come here, Bobby. A plane just crashed on the road. A plane just crashed on the freaking road. Where?
I don't care what type of tape that is. I don't trust that. I don't care if that's protocol. I don't care if it's special tape. Come on now.
It's amazing. Look to the window. Woo. It's getting out of hand right now. Woo. Woo. It's getting out of hand right now.
Maybe that was the thing that caused the fire. It's definitely symbolism. That is looking way too realistic. Even with the slow-mo, I can't tell what that is.
That is a documented testimony of a 17-year-old girl from Covina, California. A girl who was abducted from her bedroom in 1963 and who did not fully remember what happened to her until 30 years later. And when she did remember, the thing she remembered most, the thing that had been buried deepest by whatever mechanism decided to bury it, was the figure standing at the edge of the room. A giant praying mantis.
For the first time in human history, our children are eating a petroleum compound in their breakfast, and it's confirmed in every single Pop-Tart sold.
This Pop-Tart is laced with 5 petroleum dyes. That strawberry filling is less than 2% fruit. It's blended animal bones, colored with crude oil dye, then chemically flavored to pass as fruit. The pastry is dosed with TBHQ, a butane derivative, fused in to stop cheap oil going rancid within days, and finished with carnauba wax, the same compound used to polish car paint.
They don't put that much ice in them anyway. They're wasting money.
I hope it's getting on the camera. I can't even see the screen. Oh my God! What in the hell? This is bizarre. You see that? See that cloud right there? See that bright spot? Now watch at the top in that little view where that bright spot is. Watch that bright spot jumping around. I can see that. What in the hell is going on? This is bizarre. This is crazy.
That been showing up all on my feed. We talking about, I've seen like 10 different videos of it. If I'm not mistaken, isn't the trumpet supposed to be played all across the planet? Let me know.
So apparently they found the dragon head in the ice. And I'm trying to take a look at it. It looks pretty gnarly. Really what's happening and what we're doing right now, the goal of these videos is to help shake up what you have thought is within the realms of normalcy, so that you can actually start discovering and actually start thinking. That's what we call awakening. It's actually where you start to question, you start to think, you stop being like, oh, everything that's presented to me is right. Everything that's presented to me is true. No, it's okay to critically think. It's okay to question. And then you can examine, because truth can withstand the closest examination.
I'm not buying that. It's just a picture of an AI dragon.
I'm gonna let him look. Excuse me.
At the beginning of the evolution, it seems, and we are here with creatures, and at the top of the pyramid.
What I'm trying to understand about that lady is, why is she so famous in the fashion world? And why are celebrities around her? Mainly musicians. Is she doing rituals, something like that, to make them more popular, give them more power or something? Because she's been around for a long time, but we haven't started seeing her until, what, last 5 years maybe?
She was lured by a mimic. Her mother was home alone after dropping her daughter off to a sleepover with friends, when all of a sudden she starts hearing the voice of her daughter demanding her to open the door.
Hey, get over here, get over here. Elena?
Me! Knowing it's not her daughter, she immediately calls her husband and tells him what happened, and he tells her to stay locked in the room, but then it gets worse.
Elena? Open the door! Open the door! Oh my God.
Her daughter Elena's voice is heard at the door, even getting the dog's attention. But you can hear the voice getting agitated, and whatever it is even bangs on the door and changes its tone as it loses its patience trying to get in.
Y'all, that was not a meteor. That was not a fireball falling out of the sky. What that was debris that's falling from the galactic war that's happening in our skies. So a lot of us can agree that the storms that we have been having lately has been very weird. In addition to that, a lot of us have been hearing these booms from the sky that sound like it is out of this world, and that's because it actually is. So keep in mind, the solar flares are about to hit the earth even more. In addition to that, the sun is about to get 100 times hotter. And the reason for this is because the earth is shifting, and in turn, it is forcing us to shift as well as vibrate higher. We are in the process of moving from the 3D to the 5D. And as this happens, we are about to see entities, beings, and things that we have never seen before. Y'all, we are about to see animals that we thought was extinct, or better yet, animals that we did not even know existed. I told y'all when that sun was red, that planet Nibiru was pulling up. To all my chosen ones, y'all already know what time it is. We up next. Let's go.
This is just another way of letting you know that they watching whatever the hell you do on your cell phone.
So it's been confirmed that iOS 26 will now freeze your FaceTime video calls if it detects nudity. Like, what the f you doing watching for anyway? Like, ain't that invasion of privacy? That goes on to say one of the features you will be able to use with iOS 26, now only available in the development beta, is protecting your privacy during video calls. Your iPhone can now automatically pause a FaceTime call if it detects someone undressing or showing nudity. But you will be given a message: the audio and video of this call has been paused because it may be showing sensitive content. If you're feeling uncomfortable, you should consider ending the call. Like, who came up with this update and why? People know what the hell they doing if they decide to get nude on their FaceTime. That's just another way to say these watching what the we doing. Now, I don't know if you can bypass the update, but just keep in mind, they watching.
It's a really long snake. There's something weird in the background going on too. I'm surprised the video not talking about it. See, like it's something moving in the background. I'm not crazy, are you seeing that, right? There's definitely something moving in the background. Okay.
What's that? Oh, a woman goes to Buckingham Palace and starts to record using a thermal camera, and what she finds out is insane. What? Tell me more! Yeah, it's crazy. As this woman goes to Buckingham Palace, she's recording things and decides to use her thermal camera. The camera's picking up heat everywhere on all the people, lights, and so forth. She gets a little bit freaked out though, because she starts to record the guards in the very front of Buckingham Palace, kind of on the outside of it where the gate is, and they do show up with heat on them. But as she zooms in on the guards in the very front of Buckingham Palace, they do not have any heat emanating from them. What? So because they do not have any heat coming off of them, she believes that it's very likely that they're non-human. She also mentions that the only thing she's aware of that would not put off heat would be something that of a reptile sort. Okay.
How would you feel if you found out not everything around you is human? It could be AI generated or a reptile or alien. Man, I'll try not to think about that, but I mean, it could be a possibility, right? I mean, I wouldn't treat them no different as long as they're not doing nothing to me. Well, besides the reptiles, I don't know how I would imagine if I ran into one. I mean, I could have ran into one already, right?
Apa tuh Bapak jadi? Itu nah di pintu.
Estoy grabando para ver qué es lo que está tocando la puerta. Le voy a abrir para que vean. Cada que abro no hay nada. Ok, ahí voy. ¿Ven? No hay nadie. Nada, nada.
Oh my God, what is that? What is that? What is that?
So what do they mean we having a water shortage? The same thing that we need basically to survive besides air? Maybe if they stop using AI, we might be okay. I Googled it. And before anybody say anything about Google, you believe Google when you Googling your celebrities or recipes or anything else. Some data centers use 5 million gallons of water a day. Not a week, not a month, not a year, every single day. So while we running out of water, somebody is generating a cat juggling chili cheese dogs and using valuable resources to do that just to get a couple ha-has, hee-hees, and ho-hos. Some of y'all gonna be okay because y'all don't drink nothing but Sprite and Don Julio anyway. So y'all gonna be okay. But for the ones that actually consume water on a daily basis, it's looking bad for us, man. I vote AI be gone and give us the water back. We need the water. 5 million gallons. No. We need to get it together, man. For real.
I agree. 90 million gallons a day. It gets recycled. I mean, like it uses it multiple times, but eventually that water is no longer going to be able to be used by the machines to cool them down. And like the problem I have with AI is the data centers don't even employ that many people. I can see if it employed thousands of people. I mean, I still wouldn't agree with it. I'm like, okay, at least it's getting more jobs. That's only like 40 people. So make sure you say no to AI data centers next to your house unless you want to have a lot of noise pollution and whatever bunch of other stuff they're not telling us about that could potentially hurt you in the future or your kids or grandkids. So, yeah, I mean, I understand maybe using AI for research. I can understand that. Like crunching a bunch of data is very useful for that. But for like brain rot stuff, like how you talking about the cat with the chili dog type stupid stuff people be putting on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. I mean, people watch it, but I don't know why people watch it. This stuff is stupid and it's a waste of time. Literally like frying your brain.
I'm Kip Chavez, and I'm going to show you the shocking differences between McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. This is my 84-day-old Wendy's cheeseburger. It is completely rotten and disgusting, covered with yellow, green, and white mold. It has been rotten and moldy since it was about 3 weeks old. This is what we should expect our food to do. This is my 178-day-old Burger King cheeseburger. Like the Wendy's cheeseburger, it began rotting and molding when it was about 3 weeks old. And as you can see now, you can't hardly see it through the Ziploc because of all the mold and dust that's come off of it. This is my 343-day-old McDonald's cheeseburger. It basically looks like new. If we take a closer examination, you can see that there is no rot or mold. There's a little bit of bun flaking, but I think that's just from me pulling it out to film it every day. And this bottom bun did break in half. Here's the original receipt that has deteriorated faster than the McDonald's cheeseburger itself.
This is some of the scariest shit that I've read in a while. Why did I just find out that social media and excessive scrolling can cause something called popcorn brain, and it might be the reason why behind you have such trouble focusing on things and why your short-term memory's gone out the window. Yes, you heard me right. Popcorn brain. I've heard of popcorn lung, but popcorn brain sounds a lot scarier if you ask me. Popcorn brain refers to when your brain gets so used to constant fast stimulation such as TikTok, Reels, short-form content that it begins to struggle with slower tasks such as reading, writing, or working. You know, real-world stuff. When I take just a second to think about it, it makes total sense. I'll say this to brag, but growing up, I was a really smart kid. I was put in the gifted program. I was always reading above my grade level. But when I got to high school, junior and senior year is when I really ran into a roadblock. My grades started slipping. It was really hard for me to focus in class. And honestly, I was just so disinterested by my schoolwork. And when I think back, that was the time in my life where I was spending the most amount of time on my phone every day. I'm talking 7, maybe 8 hours watching TikTok and Reels. It is the phone. The phone is making you dumber. You have to make a change. You have to stop this from happening to yourself. Do you want your brain to pop like a salted buttery kernel? No, I didn't think so. Neither do I. Lock your phone up at night. Start setting time limits on your apps. If you want a good screen time app, I'll put the one that I use in the caption, but you gotta promise me you're gonna do something. Because the only person that's able to step in and do something about this and stop the deterioration of your intelligence is you. So follow along so we can quit doom scrolling together and stop our brains from being cooked any further.
It's not the phone. It's the social media apps that have a bunch of short-term videos. That's the issue, because I've never had issues like that. The only time I ever look at short form for the most part is when I'm making and researching videos for this channel. Other than that, I don't go on TikTok and I don't look at shorts like that. I mean, I had a phone when I was like in 11th grade. but it was a flip phone. So I don't think it's the phone. It's definitely the social media. Obviously, you can say it's the phone to a certain degree because the phone comes with some of that stuff on it. But just don't watch it. It's really not that hard unless you're addicted to it, I guess, and it might be pretty hard. But I mean, you can easily just start watching long form YouTube videos. What I do is when I get bored, I like to look at documentaries on YouTube or other streaming services, but mainly just YouTube because I have YouTube Premium. So I haven't had any issues, but I do find myself sometimes picking my phone up and browsing websites while the documentary is on doing the boring part. So. The crazy thing about wireless is that yes, the further it is away from it, the electricity doesn't work as strong, but I feel like if they would have kept working on the technology by now, we would have found a better way without having to use wires. But I understand why they use the wires though. That could have been free energy for everybody, but you know they would never allow that. How would they allow something so so needed for humans? What you gonna make a profit off because you need it?
March 1st, 2026, and the world is officially glitching. Here's the top 10 weirdest things that are happening right now. First up, NASA just released photos of giant spider webs. These spider webs are on Mars, and they are covered in egg-like structures that they cannot explain. There's more from Mars. NASA also found a massive string of organic molecules. Official word from NASA is it's reasonable to think that they came from something organically alive. There's a new type of Spinosaurus discovered in the Sahara. It's nicknamed the Hell Heron. This ancient predator has a blade on its head, so let's hope they don't bring that one back too. If that wasn't crazy enough, over at Loch Ness in Scotland, they picked up something 60 feet long, a black mass that is just going right through the water. Over the Pacific today, pilots are reporting something very strange. Massive symmetrical blue light arrays that don't show up on radar. They don't match any known satellites. They're calling it the blue beam mystery. If you've been feeling off today, it might just be the sun, as our friend up above just shot out 17 solar flares in the last 24 hours. Plus, we're officially in the 2-day countdown to the blood moon eclipse. Finally, physicists just discovered a new state of matter called the hexatic phase. It's neither solid nor liquid, and the rules are definitely starting to change all. See you tomorrow for more weird things.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I take a dolphin and I slow it down. It sounds like a monkey. If I take a chimpanzee and I speed it up, it sounds like a mouse. If I take a mouse and slow it down, it sounds like a seagull. If I take a seagull and slow the seagull down, it sounds like a gorilla or a whale. If I take a whale and we speed the whale up, it sounds like birds. Here's some cows, sped up, they sound like puppies. If we slow crickets down, we're back at birds. Information is transmitted via waves. We can see that, we can hear that. The fundamental is the carrier wave. The harmonics differentiate my voice from a singer. Whales communicate below our hearing, so we have to speed it up to hear it. Our hearing is right here, and above it.
Freaking bats. I love Halloween.
Freaking bats and whales and dolphins use higher frequencies to see. They bounce the waves off to get an image. Everything is connected this way.
Grizzly bears even sound like humans.
Someone said the Smithsonian must have missed one. Look at what this person finds in this crevice while in Mythical, Greece. A giant skull that fell down who knows how long ago. And if you look, they're about 100 yards away from this crevice. So that head is estimated to be twice the size of a human skull, which is exactly how many different ancients described the size of some giants. Twice the size, some were 3 times the size, double rows of teeth. Look at this freaking thing, dude. Giant skull found in Greece. And guess what? The ancient Greeks talked all about freaking giants. Also note, you can't really get up here. This isn't part of the tour. It's kind of a spire sticking up out of the ground. And furthermore, the person who uploaded this said that God guided their gaze to this spot. They saw it with their eyes first, and then they said, hold on a sec, zoom in. It's a freaking giant skull. And by the way, before you think, that's impossible, dude, look up the newspaper articles since the 1800s. There's been hundreds of articles about giant bones, giant skulls, everything found, boom, bang, bing, all across the United States, all across Europe, let alone the ancient texts like the Bible, and even the Quran talks about it. I'm pretty sure even the freaking Talmud mentions giants. It was common knowledge back then. Cain and Abel, you got Jack and the Beanstalk. How many fairy tales? I'm just reading fairy tales now, and I'm seeing that so many of them are talking about giants. Fairy tale. They duped us, man. People thinking giants didn't exist or weren't real, yada yada. They freaking were, but the problem is that if you find out that giants are legit, it'll make you question the official narrative of how history unfolded, and their whole charade falls down. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow for more.
Most stories and myth, fairy tales, they all come from some truth. So the fact that there's plenty of stories about giants, they really do make you wonder if they existed. I, for one, think at some point they did exist, because there's way too many fairy tales, myths about it, and there's way too many super duper big doors. Like, it just doesn't make sense. If that's the case, how come we still not building like that nowadays?
Following is some brand new, very clear photographic evidence of Bigfoot. It was just highlighted in late January of this year. It's one of the clearest photos to date, but there's still a pretty big debate going on with this one. Here's the photo. Analyzing the up-close image, we see some kind of Bigfoot-like creature peering between some pieces of wood. It's believed this creature was hiding in a very old abandoned barn far out on some rural property. It's said that someone was out exploring late at night when they peeked into the structure, and this is what they were met with: the eye of an unidentified creature staring back at them. Everything about the creature's face looks pretty real, from its patchy hair to its darkened lips and nose to its human-like eye. There's no doubt that if this is real, that it's a Bigfoot. This couldn't really be anything else. However, of course, with the current state of technology and the recent advancements of artificial intelligence, people write this one off as AI. Which I'm not saying it's not, I'm taking a neutral stance like usual. But I personally don't like how far AI has come, because now if real Bigfoot evidence ever comes out, skeptics can just easily dismiss it as AI. Like, what if this photo here is real, and majority of people are just writing it off because of this? I think we honestly just need to get rid of all this AI stuff altogether, but I think we're in too deep now. So I honestly doubt that would ever happen. But that's my AI rant for now, and what do you all think about this one? This one's in your hands.
Have a look at this newspaper from 1964 by the Bridgeport Sunday Post. It says the moon is a mirage, a reflection of the Earth's surface. Now, this is very interesting, but check this out. This is the German World War II flat Earth map showing more continents and lands beyond the ice wall. So here's the map right here, and here's the moon. And you can see this is where we live, right here, within this circle. And this is exactly what the Germans knew. And the map's also showing these continents outside of our ice wall, outside of the firmament. Now have a look at the Prague astronomical clock. This is the oldest working clock in the entire world. And not only does it track time, it tracks solar movements, it tracks equinoxes, it tracks lunar positions and the moon phases, tracks zodiac signs, solstices, and the seasons with pinpoint accuracy, running for over 600 years. In the middle of this clock, they used the moon map. This clock runs on a geocentric model with the heavenly bodies moving above our stationary Earth. It's the only way that it works, and it's the only way that it works so accurately. If the Earth was spinning and orbiting the sun and doing all sorts of crazy movements through the galaxy, you'd never be able to track with such precision. All our ancestors knew that the stars move above us. That's exactly what we observe. And you want to know something very interesting? During the pandemic, they renovated this clock. They renovated a 600-year-old Tartarian clock. And you want to know what they did? They changed the moon map, the flat earth map in the middle of the clock to a globe. This is literally how they cover up the real origins of humanity and our true history, guys. This is an absolute abomination and disgrace to our ancestors. Don't you find it interesting how all these old newspapers, old maps, they all reflect exactly what our ancestors told us? And then, you know, the elites come in and rewrite all of our history, erase the history on the clocks and everything. Now, this is quite literally biblical stuff, guys. The moon reflects the earth. It is as above, so below. If you're a believer in the Bible and you still think that the earth is a globe, then you haven't read the Bible, because the Bible says it's stationary. There's a firmament above us. The moon reflects our stationary earth. You can see it. It's very obvious. They show the ice wall and everything. You've just been lied to about, look at this. You've been lied to about everything in your life, because what they're doing and why they lie about the heliocentric model and a spinning globe earth is to hide God's true creation. They don't want you to know how powerful you are. They don't want you to know that you were intelligently created by an intelligent creator. They want you to think all of this came from a big bang, that there's no significance to life whatsoever, and you'll just stay stuck and trapped in their matrix system. But once you start to understand the truth, that is when you are set free.